Well, that wasn't very nice, Bug. I can't see shit. Okay, y'all can see the rim, so that's kind of cool. Look at that. First shot, baby. Where you going, Bug? Look, stop playing with glass. See? Yeah, I can't see shit. It's horrible. You alright, Bug? What you doing?
Transform. That was so sick.
You see anything?
Yes,
Who is it?
it's a Darcy phone.
GTK?
Right, Kiki. What?
GTK?
Of course. Of course,
I don't know who else. Maybe Bleeker. Check this out, Bug. Watch. Here we go. 3-pointer. Woo! Close. Top of the key, baby. Woo! Oh. I like this ball. I like this ball. Oh. Oh. I can't see on this side. No, baseline. Baseline. Oh, air ball. Woo! Good. Oh. It's all in the wrist. You don't even have to put much into it. Oh. Come here, Buck.
With the one. Let's go deep.
All right, make this one up quick. Oh.
Ah.
Oh. There it is. I don't want to go off with a bank though. Come on, swish. I said about right here. Swish. There it is. Woo! I could do 2 of those. I could do 2 of those. I could do 2 of those. Come on, baby. Woo! That's what I'm talking about. I was at 3 threes in a row, baby. It's like Steph Curry. I like that basketball, but it looks like a park basketball, so I'm gonna leave it there. You did it. Yo, Funk. I knew Bleeker was out there. I called it. GT Key. I didn't see y'all, but I knew y'all was there somehow. I said GT Key and Bleeker. It's crazy. So yeah, that's pretty good. I made my last 3 3-pointers. I don't know if y'all seen that, but first one was a bank, and the second one was a swish, and then the third one was a little bit of rim. Little bit of rim. I like this ball though, man. Thank you, Lucius. GT. I have to rewatch the footage later. See what I look like. I'll show y'all why I bring Bug out here. There's a creek. Come on, Bug. Come here, baby. Bugga. Hey, you don't run there without me. Come here. Come here. Come on. Okay, we can go to the playground. Come on. What do you think we're doing? Come here. Come here. So he's getting started in Head Start next week. And that's going to give me a few fucking days to rest, because I've watched him nonstop. I got 2 hours sleep last night, and I told Melody, I was like, I'll take him out for like 3 or 4 hours. But when I get home, I gotta go to sleep. I had a doctor's appointment in the morning, and we both forgot it. And so here's the creek. I bring him out here so he can go play in the creek, and I get him down there by the water, and you can see all the fish, all that stuff. But yeah, I didn't get much sleep last night because he's been doing this thing where he's, look at all them fish. I don't know what kind of fish they are. I guess they're just minnows. This water runs off of our town Walmart. So Walmart's way the hell over there. And it's the only fish I see in here. I don't even know if there's crawdads. I haven't seen any crawdads. You would think there'd be a million of them. But all I see are those fish. And back in the day when I used to be in creeks, you would see more crawdads than minnows. But for some reason in this creek, it's more minnows than crawdads. Maybe that's a more normal thing now. When I was a kid, it wasn't. But, you know, he wants to go to the park. and they're all playing soccer over here. And I'm gonna take them over to the park. This isn't exactly my town's park. This is like the next town over's park, and they got it a lot better than my shit, bro. Like, I mean, just having the basketball sit there. They got five different playgrounds for the little kids. Got 7 baseball fields. This used to be a, if you look up New Boston, Portsmouth, Ohio, and you look at the history, this was a lake. All of this shit was a lake. And they used to have like roller coaster here and all types of wild shit. Well, anyways, they kind of got all the water sucked out of it at some point, and they turned it into this park. But back in the day, it was a lot cooler little place, I think. And you know, they'll have like fairs and festivals here and shit like that. But hey, there's a soccer ball right there. What's this pink thing, Boog? The fuck is that? What is it? It's a pencil sharpener. Pencil sharpener. You want it? Yeah, he likes finding shit. There's a soccer ball, but that's not ours, babe. Yep. Now, if we find a baseball out here, I don't give a shit if we keep one of those. But we can't take a whole soccer ball. I didn't take the basketball either, even though it's basically a rag. It was still cool as fuck because it's like shooting a pillow, and it still had air. But I got a nicer basketball at home. I'll be all right. It was interesting though. All right, go on, babe. Hit the park. You're free to go. What are y'all saying? Hey, we got K-pop. Probably when they upgraded Cedar Point. No, this is way down here. Finding shit is the best. Kid has taste. Yeah, he loves finding everything. We find little off and on. He likes rocks. He always wants to take them outside with him, and I'm like, you can't do that because you'll lose them. And he bugs out. I think those guys probably noticed me looking at their ball. They got it. It could just be into practice. I don't know. This is probably the best park in my town. Is this one right here? It's got this cool carousel thing on it where they spin and shit. And, it's a shame. Hopefully, my park used to have the best park. The one that was closest to me. It's called Mound Park, and it was made of wood, and it was fucking amazing. There's old pictures of videos of me showing when it was right before it got tore down, and it was still way cooler than this shit. Like, there was mazes, there were stairs that moved around. It was just really cool. So a group of people tore it down, and they said it wasn't safe, and they're going to build another one. Well, we've been waiting since he was fucking born. He's going to be 6 or 7 before they even get to it. But whatever. You know, I've adapted. I'm not going to bitch about too much. I'll take him to my local project where they have a place in walking distance. Careful, babe. There's a razor in there. Yeah, a razor. That's how you sharpen pencils. So he's going to school next week, and we don't have anything, but I'm not worried about that because we'll get it. You know, we'll get everything he needs. Fossils, petrified stone. Yeah. He just got my mom went to, there's this play in Chillicothe called Tecumseh. And Tecumseh is one of the biggest Indian warriors. Tecumseh led Indians to beat the Americans and the soldiers a bunch of times. And I forget exactly what he did, but he's up there, dude. Like, Tecumseh's big dog. Hey, don't even try it. Stay away from the exit. Get over here. I don't get this good. Anyway, so Tecumseh's like a big thing, and I went there as a kid and watched the thing. Anyways, my mom went there with her friend, and they had a bunch of polished stones, and it was like an Indian thing, and she got them for him and brought them home. Some tiger stones, some quartz, all types of stuff, petrified wood. So that's cool. But we got it on the agenda. I want to take him to, yeah, that's big around the border here, there, right? I want to take him to Disney World. If that's the only thing we ever fucking do, I want to do that. I want to take him to Disney World and take him on Haunted Mansion and Pirates of the Caribbean. And I feel like I'd be a good father if I was just able to do those two things. I don't know how you could grow up and complain about your childhood if your parents took you to Disney World to see that. So that's one of my goals, is to get him to do shit that I wanted to do as a kid, and get him out there, and hopefully where he ain't too old, but old enough to be able to remember it, you know. What, about 10 or 9? You want me to push you? All right, I'm coming. This is a big boy swing, so you gotta be careful, okay? You ready? Hold on. Hold on. You ain't gonna hold on. Look, you have to hold on. Are you gonna hold on?
Yeah.
Okay, you gotta hold on. It's not like a baby swing. Hold on. You're dragging your feet, bub. Come on. All right, I'm not gonna push you. All right, that's it. You're not big enough for these swings. It's all right. You'll learn. What he has now? He's about 4.5. He'll be 5 in October. Bugga, over here, bub. So I was on Comagores last night, and I did pretty good. I beat the first guy I went up against, and I lost against the second. And at one of the rounds, I stepped on my power strip. D said he had to go take a piss, and I was thinking about going and taking a piss. And when I stood up, I stood on my power strip, and it unplugged my computer. So I hopped on my cell phone, and I wasn't comfortable enough to say, "Hey, John, let me get oriented. Let me get on my computer." So I did one of the rounds with the headphones on, and I didn't quite hear him say 30 or 45 seconds. I just went into it. I was just, all right, I'm going to do this because my computer's fucking slow. I don't want to hold these guys up. I want to pretend like it's a normal show. And so I go to get my book, and I'm holding it, And I thought that they could see I had my book, but the camera angle was fucked. So I had to walk around my bed to like show that I had the book, and I was supposedly 3 seconds late. I felt like my internal clock in my head, I had a few seconds left, but apparently I was 3 seconds late, and I lost that round. And I showed a book I didn't have because I wanted to save the book I was going to use because it was a good book. It was First Hercules. It was for Punch Out cover. I feel like I might have won that round, maybe, but I don't know, dude, because you know D's got a lot of people that like him just as much as me, so I don't know if I could have beat D regardless. It didn't matter really what book I showed. And then the next round it was Surfer 4 versus my Forever People 1. Now Surfer 4, it was called a mobile attack or something. Okay. Surfer 4 is probably the greatest surfer cover ever. In general, people love that book. When I think of a mobile attack, I think of a superhero in a vehicle. So I pulled out Forever People #1 with the motorcycles. It's not as great as a cover as Surfer 4, but it has motorcycles. You know what I'm saying? So I thought that was a better cover than the fucking, according to the category. So I was happy with the books I showed. And I have no regret besides the fucking wearing the headphones and shit. And, you know, overall, I won fucking, what was it, 3 or 4 rounds? I won 3 rounds out of 4. So I did good. I might have fucked up once out of 12 tries. And it came back and bit me, you know. D showed a killer winning book. And he won. You know what I'm saying? So I'm glad he won. I would have rather beat Kevin instead of D anyway. I wanted to beat Superpower more than D because I don't get to fuck with Kevin much, and you know I just don't. I can handle losing to D because D is one of my buddies, and he's nice and shit. So he kind of deserves to win. He's a good collector. He has fucking fantastic books. If I can give him any fucking I don't know if he needs any of my tips, because I think that he knows he's good at the shit. He's better than me at Comigories. I don't know he's better than me. That's why it probably don't bother me he lost, or I lost. Because I feel like I could beat him. I don't feel like it's impossible to beat him. But if I could give any tip, it would be, when you face a new person and you've won a couple rounds, you have to think of them as just coming in and wanting to show off their biggest books. So when I first came in, I was pretty dangerous. Like, I was just thinking I was only get 3 or 4 tries. What happened was I started winning. I started getting comfortable, and I started getting lazy and just showing books that fit the topic more than showing my biggest books. If I would have stuck to the thing I was doing and just showed big books the whole time, I had fucking 30 books I wanted to show, and I couldn't make them fit the topic well enough. So, you know, it's a fun game, but you're just showing books you think the chat wants to see. I want to show books I like to show. You know what I'm saying? I could have showed them books, but I probably would have lost with them. So I just appreciate the fucking hunt. I'm a mainstay on the hunt. And iconic covers will always be covers that fit the category. It's a sad fact. Well, it was motorized attack hood. So, I mean, if you're going to say Surfer is mobile with the surfing board, then you could say any Silver Surfer cover, he's mobile. And that's not a fucking rare to me. Now, Superman isn't riding a fucking motorcycle or anything, but it is a Superman comic with, it's a good key, and it's got very cool Jack Kirby motorcycles and shit like that. So I don't mind I lost. If I'm gonna lose with a book like that, then I did the best I could. So it's fine with me. And Surfer 4 is one of the top 5 fucking covers ever. I can't believe John had to ask me if Submariner 1 was Silver Age. I'm like, what fucking planet are you on, bro? I don't know. Surfer 1, yeah. Or, yeah. Submariner 1, yep. Silver Age. Hey, Bug, are you ready to get out of this? Because I'm ready to pull you out.
No.
All right, well, I'm not going to help you then. Be careful. I don't like you playing with it like that. That's why I'm not. I can give you a hard time, but that's what you want to do. Oh, thanks, J Hood. I thought so. I would have liked to seen what Surfer 1 would have done against Surfer 4. I think that I would have probably had a better chance, but I still, in general, feel like I pulled the best book. When it said motorized or mobile, I was like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. So I went and found the book I wanted, and I lost with it. So it felt good to lose with the book I wanted. So that's fine. It's cool. The chat wasn't feeling me. They probably lost faith in me because I ran out of time, which I understand completely. I feel like I could have came back though if I got a chance. I've been enough competition shits. I don't need to be on there all the time. I was thinking about coming back soon, but I don't have no time or energy for the shit. The only reason that was good for me then was because I just got done with Slab Hub and I had all my books out anyway. And I really need to audit my books. I do this about annually. I'll go through all my books, see if anything's popped that I've already got, and kind of categorize shit and kind of know where it is. Because I really blew through my collection heavy as fuck when I got that GSX and that fucking Swamp Thing. So my shit's still a shuffle since then. I need to organize better. I've been restocking Silver Age and Minor Keys since then and replacing some of my books, and it's getting to be where I could probably fill up my banger boxes. I mean, I've always been able to fill them up, but like fill them up comfortable, kind of midway where they were before I started getting all these bigger books at the end, and be comfortable. So I'm gonna try to do that. I need to do that before I make any moves. I haven't sold any books in like 3 months. I know it's been a while, and I'm not in no rush because there's nothing out there I really want that's killing me. There's one book, and it's bottomed out so hard. I don't think there's any chance it's gonna pop soon. So I'm not worried. Is First Morbius. I don't think people are smart enough to realize that's a good buy and it get trending again. I think it's just gonna stay cheap because people don't appreciate good shit at a good price. So I'll be able to get that book later. And I want to get a 149. I have a 150, which is kind of cool. I believe Ben Riley's in the second one, but I want a 149 first Ben Riley. The first Scarlet Spider is a great book. D was showing off his 9.8 today. I like that book, but it's $2,500 for a 9.8. I would just be happy with the mid-grade, $100 copy or something. But I don't think that book's impossible to get a 9.8. If you bought a high grade and you looked hard enough and found the right seller, you could probably get one for $150, $200 and try to get a 9.8 out of it. It's not an impossible book to get a 9.8 out of. I would say D is absolutely right. That is a great book if you're a 9.8 collector to try to get a 9.8 in. Even fucking 149 isn't impossible. I've seen high grades for $40 just this year at Lexicon. I should have bought one, but I didn't, and I regret it now because they're a little more expensive. I had to get a low grade instead of a mid-high. But you could try. I think he's got a 9.8 in that one too, which is worth more money. Hold on, Bug. I'm coming, babe. I'm coming. You got it? Okay. Careful, babe. You got the whole part. Go ahead. So that would be one book I would say if you're going to try to get a 9.8, it wouldn't be impossible and be worth the try. Even if you bought a 9.6 and worked your way up, I'm the worst at upgrading my books. I've never been successful at doing it, besides on accident when I sell shit and I just replace it. But I just usually get a low grade and keep it. So my Secret Wars 8 is like a fucking 4. My First Carnage is like a 4.5. My Marvel Team Up Black Suit is like maybe a 6. And that's good enough for me, you know? It's like, hey, if you got to have a 9.8 for the book to be a $300 book, then it's not a real book in my mind. I don't even, if you're proud of a book that's a 9.8 and it's only 3 now, First Null fits in that category, and I feel like that's bullshit. It should be about a $700 book, and a 9.8 of New Mutants. Hey, Bug, don't start, bud. Leave people alone. Go play. Good job. What was I saying? Oh yeah, 9.8s at $300 ain't really good books. I mean, if it's a $300 book at 9.8, then you should be able to get Raws for like 30, right? That's not the case with Null. It's like a Raw's 100. So I feel like that's off. But whatever. I'm gonna have to grab my kid because he's like all up in these people's shit. Which ones you get off the rack? It will be a few months before I buy anything, but when I come into money, I'll probably go after FF48 unless it pops when they have D23. When they have D23. Oh, I see what you're saying. FF48. You know, that book was a little harder to get than it is now. It's not as hard as it used to be. Same with Avengers 4. That's not impossible to get. I have a bunch of Medium Rage books I want a She-Hulk 1, which is at a bad time, but even though it's popped a little, it's still undervalued in my mind. I don't care how much it's popped. It's a cheap book. You can get a copy for $100. So I'll probably get one. And I want She-Hulk 1. I want a fucking First Giant Man Tales of Suspense. I want a First Balrog, Old Tales of Suspense. I'd like to get, I already told y'all, the first Ben Reilly 149. I'd like to get an FF Annual 2, an FF Annual 1, a Marvel Tales Annual 1 that reprints all of the number ones. That would be a great book. It's very cheap. I do like Surfer 4. I do. I'm not in no rush to get it, but it's been on my hit list for a while. FF48 is a good book. It's a great Kirby cover. It's the first Surfer, okay? And I I have Surfer 1 and FF49. I got my FF49 at a... Hey, Booga, don't throw stuff! They'll just throw shit at people. It's amazing. Don't throw stuff at people, Bug! Bug! I'm gonna have to get him. So... I got an FF52, a 49. I always liked 48. I want a FF6, FF5. FF6 is cool and FF10 is cool because FF10 is third Doom and FF6 is second Doom. FF5 is damn near impossible to get. Shout outs to my boy Madness for having a number 3. Like, that's pretty hardcore. I'd like to have a number 2 because it's a 10 cent. I don't think number 3 is. It might be. Is number 3 a 10-cent book? It might be, dude. I always get confused with that one. I'm sure 2 and 1 are, which is dope as fuck because how many other main titles are 10 cent? I don't think any besides FF. X-Men don't have that. Avengers don't have that. Daredevil, Iron Man wasn't a 10-cent book. It was 12 cent, I believe. So... I could blabber on about now Golden Age. If I was to get a Golden Age book, I like Golden Age. I've got one of about everything I want. I do kind of want a Beerio Daredevil and a 1940s Captain Marvel. I know I just got one from Doc, and it did fill my spot, my collection for Golden Age Captain Marvel, but I still kind of want a 40s like Wiz or WoW or Captain Marvel or whatever. I got a Captain Marvel, but you know what I mean. And that would be kind of dope. A nice faucet. Already got one, but and maybe a Wings. I don't really want the girl art stuff, but all my friends seem to be getting it. I have like Silver Age romance comics, which are great, but the Golden Age like chick stuff is just not really my thing. And my Golden Age cap has the first appearance of a girl on it, so I kind of got one, and it's a good one. But I'm just not. They're not that expensive. They're just not my thing. Like, I'd probably buy another war book before I got a good girl art cover. If I was gonna get like another girl book, I'd want that Bronze Black Cat one. It's kind of cool, and a Miss Fury Tyblees are dope. And my favorite Golden Age good girl is, what's her name? Millie. Millie the model is the best one in my mind. I like Millie the model. I have some good Millie the model Silver Age. So besides all that shit, that's kind of like mid-range books. Like the big book, if I was going to get a big book, there's only 2 or 3 I consider. And that's, I consider Hawk 1, number 1. What is it? Showcase 22, first Kyle Rayner, Green Lantern. No, it's not Kyle Rayner. Yeah, it is. I can't remember. Whatever the Green Lantern is, Showcase. I like that one. And besides those 2, I like FF5, but it's too much money. So Hulk 1 is definitely the book. If there was a Hulk 1 for 8K and I had a nice honey hole situation and I was able to make a flip and get a come up and go after, because I've made 8K. I bought a good 15K worth of books in the last 2-3 years, but I've done it sporadically with like one $1,000 book, one $1,000 book, one $1,500 book, one $600 book. I did it that way. So if I would save up, like for example, most I spent was $2,400 in a month. I got my Avengers 1 and I got a first Green Goblin, and that cost me 24. And if you go by like 3 months, I probably spent like $4,000 or some shit. But that was within a week. So if I would just do that and save up for like 6 months, I could probably get a Hulk 1. Now I'd have to get rid of at least 3 or 4 fucking $1,000 books, I'm sure, or 6 or 8 $500 books. So it wouldn't be easy. It would fuck my collection up. But it's easier to replace those than a Hulk 1. So it's something I think about. But by the time I get serious about it, I'm sure it'll be a $20,000 book for a 1.0, and I won't be able to do shit. But, you know, at least I got a Hulk 2, and I do like these middle-sized books. I feel like they're just as valuable and have just as much potential as a Hulk 1. So if I don't sell my Green Goblin and my Avengers 1 and my First Galactus and my whatever books, all my fucking books to get it, those books will double and triple in value too and be worth as much. And I do want to keep those more than have a Hulk 1. I just don't. I just ain't into fucking doing it over and over and over, so I'm fine. You know, a first Green Goblin to me is as good as a first Hulk. Easy, babe. It's okay. Come here. I'll push you on if you want. You ain't gonna come to me. I'm gonna just hunt him down. Come on, Bug. I'm thirsty. We'll go somewhere else. Come on. Come on. We are at the park. We've been here for like 2 hours. Can we go get something to drink? Come on. It's okay. It's okay. Come on. We have fun today, right? Come on, up. Yep. Oh, boy. Here, I'll tell you what. We'll take the long way, all right? We'll walk around the creek. Sound like fun? Yeah? Okay. So, yeah, First Iron Man's blown up out of proportion. It's a good book, and I like it. First Ant-Man is a little cheaper, but for my money, if you could get a Hulk 1 under 10K complete, that's probably the best buy. And all these 0.5s and 1.0 grades are bullshit, because if a book's complete and it has all its pages, I don't care if there's holes in it. I don't care if it's split all the way up. It should get a higher grade than a 0.5 or 1.0. And I think that's the biggest mistake CGC makes, is these low grades, because a lot of these low grades are getting regraded and coming back high as fuck. I had my buddy Geeks and Drinks, he had a 2.5 Hulk 181 signed, and he got it pressed and cleaned, sent it in, and got a 6.5 out of it. So that's the kind of shit I'm talking about. Like, there's a lot of low grades that don't get the right grades. And you can marry covers and you could do a lot of shit to them. So I'm stock full of low grades because I see the potential, especially a complete book. Even with the spine split, I felt like a spine split complete, everything there should be at least a 2.0 or 3.0. That's just the way my brain works. It's not a 0.5 or 1.0 in my mind. And you see this kind of idea being more accepted. CBCS are taking books without headers that used to only get a 0.5 and grading them all the way up to 2.0. So that should tell you by itself, like, I might be on to something. CGC hasn't quite followed exactly that, but they are trying to, because they'll take 0.5s and give you a blue label for a 0.5 or 1.0, and if you don't want that, they'll give you a green label, and it could be up to a 4.5 or 5.0 or whatever. And that's just an example of what I'm talking about. So I'm never gonna get my books graded anyway. I don't give a fuck. I'm just saying that complete books that ain't missing anything should get higher grades. And then I feel like a book that's missing a back cover should be able to get up to like a 1.0 or 2.0. I mean, it's more than 20% of a book. It's like 95% of a book. It's missing something. We're collectors. So we're gonna minus and take off grade significantly, but not 95% of the grade, you know. So a page missing, that's a little more serious. I should say a page missing, you can get up to a 2.0, but a back cover missing, you should be able to get like a 3.0, you know. Page missing, that's fucking the story up. 2.0, 2.5. A 0.5 should be like, it could be like half the book. Like if you got half the book and you just got like 8 pages of a book or something, then that makes sense to have a 0.5. All right, I could get that. But when I see like complete books and they're missing an ad and they get a 0.5, or the back cover has a corner ripped out and it's a 0.5, I'm just like, CGC's fucking idiots. It's a scam. You sent your book in to get the lowest grade possible. Whenever, if you wouldn't have done that, you would have had a raw book and at least had the illusion or been able to wonder if it could have got a better grade. But when you send in a book like that, that could have gotten a 2 or 3, and you get a 0.5, it's just like they not only take your money, they basically said your product is garbage and hope you can't sell it. So here's your fucking 0.5 of a book that should be worth 5 times what it's worth now, and we completely ruined it for you. Thanks. You know, like that's the kind of shit y'all sign up for. I'm not doing that. I see Timely's in worse condition than mine get 5.0s. If I was to slab my Timely and get like a 5.0, which ain't impossible. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I got spit in my beard. That's disgusting. Sorry about that. Excuse me. So if I get a 5.0 in my Cap Timely. That probably makes it like a $4,000 book. Now, say I send it in, I get a good grade, but through the shipping and them handling the book, they chip it up a little bit, and it don't come back the same condition I had it before they got to it. That's a complete loss in my mind. I don't care if I got a 4.0 or 3.5. Just the risk of me sending it out and having them dick with it and flip through it and shit get chipped and all that, it's just not worth it. I'm completely fine with if I ever went to sell it, the person buying it would have to do their homework and trust me that it's a complete book or not, you know. And I wouldn't be able to sell it for cheap. If I was to sell my Cap right now, raw, I'd want $2,500 all day. I don't care. And, you know, I'm sure people would say I'm wrong. It's probably a $700 book or whatever the fuck. To me, it's not, because it's probably a mid-grade. All the covers there, it's attached. It's the page quality is really good. I fucking stole that book. I paid $300 for it. I know it's a $2,000 book. I fucking know it. But shout out to Rob Fatstacks. He kind of did the same thing. He paid $300 or $400 for his Submariner Timely, which is super impressive. Now, I don't want to make him paranoid, but the red alarm that sticks in my head is, I don't know that he knew the person selling to him. He didn't get to talk to him. Like, I got to talk to the guy I bought from. I'm about 1,000,000% sure the guy I bought my book from had the book for years, probably 50 years. So I had no worries of bullshit. He got his from Australia, so I'd imagine, like, there could be nothing that could go wrong. Like, he's carefree, no problems. But the shit that went off in my head, besides it could be like a complete fake book, which I'm glad it wasn't. I'm glad he got his book. And it got to him. It looks to be complete, looks to be real. The only fucking thing I think of is, what if that fucking thing was stolen? Now, there's a small chance it isn't. There's a small chance it isn't. Or no, there's a big chance it ain't. It's probably not stolen. Because if it was, they probably wouldn't have kept it in a slab. Because if it's stolen and it was in a slab, it would be hella easy to identify. Now, it just makes me wonder, because it's probably like a legit $3,000 book, because it's like a 5.0. And they sold it for $300 in Australia on like a Facebook thing. So that's the only thing that sketches me out, is it could possibly be stolen. I don't know. I don't think it is. But at that price, in fucking 2022, I don't know. If I had $400, I still probably wouldn't have tried it. I wanted to. You know, I would have trusted Mad Spidey and all that shit too. It's just that, sheesh. I remember when I bought my ASM 300, I posted a picture of it on Instagram. And I think Weapon X said, because it's personalized EHAB. And I got it for like $150 or something back in the day. Look, we've been to the park for 3 hours. I just took you the long way. Come on, Bob. Give me a little love here. Right? We played. You had fun. Ain't you thirsty? Okay. We're going to go across this bridge. Right? That's fun. And it'll be okay. You just gotta have fun while you're doing it and not whine about it so much. There you go. See, we're on the bridge. We had a fun time. I took you all the way out here because you're my boy, right? And I love you. Huh?
Yeah.
I love you. I love you. Yeah, you don't have to be upset we're leaving. The fuck was I saying? I was talking about time lease. Oh, my SM300. And someone said, well, hopefully Ehab don't see it. And it made me paranoid. And I was like, I don't think this book's stolen, but I don't want no trouble. If it was, I didn't buy it under the intentions it was stolen. And I was assured it wasn't. The guy I bought it from, his name wasn't fucking Ehab. But that's the kind of shit you gotta think of. Sometimes when a deal is too good, that's what we all dream of, is the book that we got for basically nothing, that we always wanted and we waited on. That's what you always wanted. My boy D-Runk, he got that Surfer 4 and a GSX, and they were both like 5.0s and 6.0s and shit, and he got both of those and a bunch of other books for like $800, okay? And it happens. Look at Burke fam. Burke got an ASM 129 for like, don't quote me, but I'm pretty sure it was like $20. My boy Funk got his ASM 129 for $5 fucking. You know, I've had like 3 or 4 buys that people dream about. Like, you dream and hope you find these kind of books for the price you find them for. I got my first Dark Side Jimmy Olsen 134 for $5. I could have bought 133 and 135 and all the rest of them around it at the time. I didn't have the money, but I got that one, and it's probably like an 8.0. It's really nice. That was one of my best buys. I bought a Fighting 540, which is the first Peacemaker, for $8, and I sold it for $275. So I made $268 off of it, or $67. That's a fucking come up, dude. That's a big come up. I needed that to get some of the books I got. I found a fucking First Amadeus Cho, Amazing Fantasy 15, Volume 2.
Oh my god.
For, I think I paid $4 for the book, and I sold it for, I want to say a couple hundred, maybe $225. I didn't make as much money as I should have, but I did good, and that was a big one. So I've had some decent books and made some decent money. I got the Negan Lives gold foil and sold it for a couple hundred. That was a good one. Kind of first Thunderbolts, I made like 175, 150. I won a first Gambit gold foil 9.2. I got like 250 out of that. So, and I got those for basically nothing. I paid $1 for the first Thunderbolts newsstand, and I got the Gambit in a giveaway. And I haven't been winning many giveaways or prizes. And the few I have, I've been waiting on for a while. I don't know when they'll ever come. They might soon or later. I don't know. But nothing big. No like big GPs or nothing. Those are nice to come by if you can win them. people probably think I'm petty because I'll enter contests. A lot of my friends don't take the time to do that. I don't have a job. I don't have a bunch of income. I haven't bought a fucking loose book, a back issue book, in the longest time. This has been the longest time in the last 4 years I haven't been buying back issues. It's just because, first of all, I'd rather feed my family. And second of all, there's really not much to get. Like, I could get some She-Hulk stuff right now. There's some of the newer She-Hulk ones. And a little bit of Hulk stuff. A little bit of other things. But speculation's kind of dried up. There isn't a bunch of keys. There's a few things I need to grab if I run across them. But I've been getting about everything I feel like I can. I don't have a bunch of books I need to get that I've gotten put aside. I got a couple things put back I'd like to get if I had extra money, but no big deal. So, I don't know what it's going to take. That's why this audit's so important. So, I think I have more chance of finding shit to sell in my own collection that I don't even look at, as opposed to going out and buying it. I really need to find a new place to get books, is the thing, because I've milked my two places bone dry. If I had a new place that had a decent inventory and I could work with them, that would mean the world to me. I need to go out to Willersburg. There's a flea market, and go take a look out there, because they say they have comics every now and then. Some guy told me they have Golden Age around a certain time of the year. I don't live in Willersburg. It's like, 20 minutes away from me, so I don't go out there. I went to my county fair looking for comics. They used to have them when I was a kid. They don't have them anymore. They have Pops, and I didn't want any fucking Pops. But I really need to find a new place of books, because I've milked. I mean, I got some good shit I could sell that's for sale in the for sale pile right now. I got a 01, I got a Wonder Man premiere, I got first Jack of Hearts premiere, I got some Starhawk shit, I got some, what else do I got? A little bit of Silver Age, Superman, some Bronze Age, FF stuff. I got a good little pile of stuff I could sell. I'd probably make $100, $200 if I really try. But I need a lot. I need like the beginning of the year, before I went after my first Brainiac, I was swimming in minor keys. I had so many fucking minor keys, bro. It took like an hour and a half to show up. And I knew I wasn't going to keep them. I knew they were all for sale. I knew that. I thought I could get like maybe a couple grand out of them. And I ended up making like 6 or 7. It went from getting like a Brainiac and a Swamp Thing to getting a Brainiac, a Swamp Thing, a Hawk 180, a TMNT 2, Raphael 1, first Black Bolt, what else? Surfer 1, first Punisher. I got a lot more shit than I thought I was going to get. So I sold all that shit, though. All my minor keys were busted. I went through all them motherfuckers, except for ones I really liked. And it's cool, though, because I can relax. I haven't had to mail anything for a long time, besides these little necklaces and a couple AOKs. So, it feels good to fucking have everything out of the way, man. I got all the fucking books I want, man. It's a cool thing to have. I got shit I never would have thought I'd have, because I did so much work before. I don't understand these sellers that do all this work and they don't have a million fucking bangers like I do. Like I mean, okay, maybe they do and they just keep the PC and I don't fucking know. But maybe I'm doing it different than other people to where I just buy more bigger books and they buy littler shit or something, but I tell you a bad motherfucker, man, is fucking Houdat, man. Houdat is a fucking bad dude. So's Tony. Sands is a bad dude. Like, they are good at what they do. And they get bangers all the time. But I'll tell you, man, fucking Houdat, bro, that's a special kid, man. Houdat is legit. Nola's big time. Edwin's really good at what he does. Me, I like the way he does his thing. Now, if you have I don't have all the time in the world to do these auctions. So I'm happy for any money I get. So I start everything at $1. People think I'm fucking stupid. I'd rather do it that way because the time with my family is more important than this comic book shit. It just is. So whenever I see auctioneers start a fucking book that goes for $150 at $100 and a bid thing, it's just like, how much time do you have, bro? Like, I get you want to get your money's worth out of your book, and you'll show it 10 times just to fucking get that one person to give you the right amount of money. But I just don't have that fucking time. So that's my biggest problem. If I have more time and can be on a stream and auction twice a week or something, I'd probably make more money. I probably could have gotten twice as much shit as I did. But I'm happy with what I got, you know? It took a lot of books. Thousands of fucking books to get where I am. All good. All right, so thanks for listening to me bitch and moan for an hour. You got to see those 3 threes in a row. I gotta get to the shit. Money, hit you later. Okay. What do you give a book that is missing a part of a front cover? The rest of the book is complete. I would say like at least a 4. I got a lot of books like that, and they've gotten high grades. It's almost better to be missing the front of a cover. I know that sounds bullshit, but from the way I see books get graded, like my Captain America has giant rips in it. It's got a hole in it, and it's got 2.5. I've seen books with smaller holes on the back get a 0.5. So I don't know why it's like that, but I would think that you'd want your front cover to have more. But I've seen holes in front covers go for or get good grades. Grading is sloppy, bro, especially low grades. They hit low grades way too hard on stuff, man. You'll get 0.5 that's like immaculate and shit, and you're like, what is going on? I don't know why people don't talk about low grades as much as I do, but it's the biggest hole in CGC's grading system by a mile. All people are worried about is these modern 9/8 and all that bullshit. That's the dumbest part of the game. The money's in the low grades. That's why all these low grades are going up in value. Ever since I started collecting, when I first started collecting, you can get almost any book for $50. Like, if it had a rip or a hole in it, and it was a 0.5 or 1, and you looked at the GPA on them, they were fucking pennies to the dollar, dude. Like anything. You could have gotten a ASM Manual 1.5 for like $30 or $40 when I first started collecting. You know, so that's the kind of stuff I remember. And now it's like what, $400 or $500 for a 0.5, annual one. I had to clean out this little area for Bug. Trying to straighten up a little bit. Anyways, we're gonna get out of here. I'll catch y'all later. I could talk about books all day. I guess I can stream a little bit more. Wash your hands. Come on, babe. Let's wash your hands. Come here. Come here. Wash them. Wash them. Wash them. Yeah. Rinse them. Rinse them. Rinse them. Yeah. Wash them. Wash them. Wash them. Wash them. Okay. Dry them. Come here. Dry them. Atta boy. Atta boy. Oh, I'm getting phone calls. All right, guys. I'll catch y'all later. It's Doc.